Man, this took me back all the way to when I was just a little kid. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another anime first impressions video. This is going to be on Digimon Adventure, the 2020 series. Man, this is actually better than I expected it to be. There is some differences, obviously. There's big differences, obviously, but we'll get to those in a moment. Before I continue, though, a few things. If you have not done so, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 3,000, guys, and if you get me there, I will release a video on April 15th announcing the next giveaway. There will be certain rules because I had issues with the mailing office, as well as with the whole coronavirus. I want to make sure that we are being safe. So make sure you get me through there. We're almost there. I think we're like 8 people away. So get me there. Also, there's a lot of first impression videos on new series and continuing series that will be watching and giving my first impressions to here on this channel. So make sure you go and check those out. And lastly, there is a small spoiler alert to the anime that I'll be reviewing to you right now. The first episode was good. It was pretty amazing. I don't really know when it aired exactly, but I think it was last night on Saturday, because I didn't see it all day. So it must have aired in the evening hours where I wasn't checking Crunchyroll. So anyways, I think it's one that it was highly anticipated by the fans of Digimon, because it is a reboot, as well as people that cherished it as a younger age like me, but there's just so much of the original series out. I mean, there's like 6 parts, I believe, plus movies, plus spin-offs. I mean, there's quite a bit of series that if you start watching it from the beginning, it's a big task. I mean, it's a big bite that you don't want to take, and you know, it was something that I wasn't really sure about, because Digimon is a series that I remember comparing it so much to Pokemon, because in my childhood, those were the ones I would watch, and I was more intrigued by Pokemon than Digimon, and the main reason is because Digimon was really made for teens, not for kids. So the Western Hemisphere really messed it up by trying to cater it to kids instead of teens. But anyways, point being is that I still remember the series itself. I just wasn't a big fan as I was for Pokemon. But now that I watched the reboot, I really did enjoy it. The episode starts with our main character, and he's getting ready to go to some camping things, and his mom and sister are coming to visit in a train, and one of his, I guess, roommates or neighbors comes into his room, and they notice that in the news they're announcing that Japan and Tokyo in general is being attacked digitally, and everything that's digital is messing up. You know, from streetlights to trains to computers, phones. I mean, all that is just messing up. And the kid, his neighbor, has this, you know, mapped out in his phone. He has he's like saying it's going to be here pretty soon if my calculations are right. And he's pretty smart. I mean, he's a techie guy, and he realizes, wait, my mom and my sister are in a train. So he calls his mom, and yeah, in fact, they're in a runaway train, one that can be controlled and possibly will be crashing. So they rush into the train station, and after being told that he can't cross up to a certain point, he still crosses, and I guess his passion of trying to save those who he loves transports him to the digital world. There he meets his partner, oh gosh, Agamon, I believe is his name. Yeah, I believe it is Agamon. So anyways, he's a little tadpole. I don't know that his name. So, but he shows up and he saves him at one point, and he becomes his partner and becomes Agamon, the dinosaur-looking one that everyone really knows, because he's probably the iconic Digimon from Digimon. He's like the Pikachu of Digimon, if you want to compare it to Pokemon that way. But anyways, he shows up, and now they're fighting against these parasites. I mean, they're also Digimons, but they just they're smaller, they're easier to kill, and man, the main character and Agumon, both of them fight him together, and eventually, through the help of his friend through the human world, he finds out that there is this tower where the main Digimon that is causing all the issues is there, and they have to defeat it. And Agumon evolves after it being too weak in his previous evolution, so he evolves, and after a pretty epic maybe 3-minute, 5-minute battle, he wins, and we see the conclusion of that. And obviously now they are getting reports that the U.S. and other countries have issues, and we see a little I don't want to say Easter egg, but a little preview, that's the word I'm looking for, of the next character, the guy that has the wolf. Probably I would say, the right hand of the main character. He's also a main character. I would say, if you compare it to One Piece, he's like the Zoro of Luffy. So, anyways, he shows up, and that's a little preview of the next episode. What is different? Well, obviously, the whole aspect of how the world is different. I feel like 2020 is more acceptable of the anime Digimon, because we do basically run our entire lives by digital stuff. I mean, we have lights, we have computers, we run we run everything. I can control all my house for the most part through my phone, and that is the power of today compared to 1998, 1999 when the first one came out. Yeah, a lot of stuff was already digital. We had a lot of TVs, computers, and phones coming out, but it wasn't as much as today. 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds have phones. That wasn't the case in 1999 when the original came out. So I think that whole aspect of the world view seen in the anime is completely different, and I can see that just for the first episode, as well as the understanding of just the borders and stuff like that of countries, and I guess the political aspects of stuff, of how information runs. I think that's going to come into play as well. And then lastly, I think a lot of the animations and how things worked in the anime were different. In fact, I believe in the original, when a Digimon evolves, they have like this little mini scene where it says Agumon evolves too, and then they show the big one, which I don't know his name, so I'm not even going to try. But anyways, they have that whole clip in the original one, and this one completely takes it away. We see the actual Agumon evolving, each arm growing bigger, his body growing, and then he becomes this monstrous, Digimon. And I personally enjoy that more than the mini scene, because it takes away so much of maybe the kiddish thing. We had that evolutions or transformations from like Sailor Moon does that, and other iconic animes, they do that. And I understand some people are probably upset or maybe down because that aspect of the anime is being removed, but at the same time, nowadays those type of transformations either come out as cheesy, or they come out as you're trying to give homage to the classic animes of the 80s and 90s that people still today enjoy. So I think it wasn't too much of a change, but enough to where the anime actually feels like a teenager anime. It doesn't feel like it's intended for kids. I mean, there's action scenes and stuff like that where a teenager will enjoy. So I think it's going to create a new fan base. I think it's going to attract the now already original fan base, and it's going to attract people like me that either drop the anime for whatever reasons, connecting it, not by its fault, but by the Western Hemisphere views, connecting it to a kiddish anime. And I think it's going to attract more people. And if it doesn't, shame on them. They should give it a try. If you have watched the original, I will encourage you to watch this one, because your opinion might change. It really will, and mine at least did. So anyways, Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe. Out of 10, I'll give this one, for now, a 7.5. It's kind of, I'm not sure. Probably going to watch it. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it, but I'm probably going to watch most of it. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Go and subscribe, comment, like, and share. Thank you guys for everything that you guys do. We're almost at 3,000. Thank you again. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.